Welcome Brawlers, I'm the Hermit, and in case you missed it, with the addition of TMT, we also got a couple of extra cards, including Food Chain, even though it is with this kind of gross art. So, what does Food Chain do? Well, for 2 and a green, you get an enchantment, exile a creature you control, add X mana of any one color, where X is 1 plus the exile creature's mana value. You can only use that to cast creature spells, but we can make the most of that by playing Rocco Cabaretti Caterer as our commander, because X and Naya mana for a 3-1 when he enters, if we cast it, which we always do, you may search your library for a creature with mana value X or less, and put it onto the battlefield. So we have 2 ways to go mana infinite. One is with Squee, and the other is Guardian Evangel. The Evangel makes copies that we get in the hand, so we can keep playing them over and over. Whereas Squee we can cast it from the exile, so if we have either one of those, we cast one of them, sacrifice it to Food Chain, and then just get 1 extra mana. We can do it essentially infinite amount of times, and then we have infinite mana to cast our commander, which will hopefully get us a finisher. It can get us either Caterer Behemoth or just any combination of cards. We have we have Ashaya and Haru, which if Haru is a land, you can exile it also to the Food Chain and just get it back. But you need you need another ally first. So we have a couple of changelings. We have Haru, Ashaya, play a changeling, or the other one ally we have, Great Divide Guide. We make, since they are all lands, we make one of them into an Earthbend land, and because of Earthbend, we exile it to Food Chain, it comes back, and it re-triggers over and over again. But that's a little more far-fetched than just getting Squee or Guardian Evangel. And then, like I said, we just get either as many creatures as we can, and then Caterer Behemoth. But we also have a couple of ways to keep our creatures haste, namely Lava Leaper and Tuk Tuk Rubblefort. With either one of those, we just get lethal at some point. Then we have ways to protect our combos, or ways to tutor our Food Chain. Because we are in Naya colors, we have access to Idyllic Tutor, Enlightened Tutor, Moonblessed Cleric, and we have also Recruiter of the Guard, which can get the Cleric. We also have Gamble from red, and Sterling Glove from white and green. Then, like I said, ways to make sure we resolve, so Frenzied Bailout, Hexing Squelcher, and Krasa can make, well, in the case of Krasa, all spells uncounterable. In the case of the other two, just our spells. And also Grand Abolisher and Invasion of Govakan for a little disruption, or Voice of Victory to stop our opponent from casting spells during our turn. Now, in some cases, we might play Food Chain and have it die, so we have a Well's Awakening and Ishgard the Holy Seed to get it back from the graveyard. But that's pretty much the game plan. Try to combo out, get some creatures, grab a little, and get one of our Food Chain, get Food Chain and one of our Food Chain fodder with Rocco. So now let's get into the queue and see how much mana we can chain off. Trav and Mikey. Guess we can try to be as fast as possible. Yeah, maybe let's destroy that. Also, we could have gotten removal for their commander. That was my bad. Guardian Idol, Mind Stone. So that guarantees they hit. And they didn't have enough mana, so... Okay, Boring Clicks, that's not as bad. Actually. But the trample will definitely kill us. Yeah, I don't think we have anything that saves us here. I just misplayed that a little. I didn't think they were going to be stuck. So if I had played the cop first and then Witch Enchanter, we could have destroyed one of their artifacts. GG's though. Tag Faden. Okay, we will play this. I guess we take the Suns. Okay. Flame Slash. Sure. Play Llanowar Elves. And I think here we get the Cleric.
Those who cannot perceive beyond the veil. I have just the trick for this. I have reached my limit.
Okay, sweltering suns.
Looks like you could use a helping hand. I'm a talented improviser.
So one of their better cards is going to be like a bounce spell for our food chain. Fire magic. They remand Rocco.
A little looting never hurts.
They have their treasure cruise and a time warp. Okay, let's go to the next one. Yeah, they're gonna see probably a bunch of other cards, so they're gonna counter Rocco. Which means we don't get Squeak, we don't get the infinite mana. GG's. We send that away, even though we had a Polisher. And here we will see what our opponent plays. If they have a Mana Dork here, we kill it. Yeah. Then we try to get another land. With 3, I think we play Recruiter of the Guard, get Witch Enchanter so we have the land. If our opponent plays their commander, we play the Enchanter, exile it. Well, the Enchanter as a land, the Cleric. Change of plans, we play Evendo. We still get food chain, so station a bit. And I think we can go infinite already. But we need to see if our opponent has anything. If they keep mana up, we just play the value plan, El Adamri, and see what happens. Okay. Opponent is just stationing, so I guess the coast is clear for us. Yeah, if you don't have Azor ulti, I guess we win here. One, two, and three. We get squee. Let's see if they concede to El Adamri. Nope. Let's try to get and yeah, Beast Whisper. Okay, we kind of ran out of time, so... Okay, that's unable to scream. Let's see how much damage our opponent can do here. But yeah, we had already the infinite. It was just taking a lot of clicks. Opponent ephemerate their commander. And they have a full station de Vendo. If all they have is a Cyclonic Rift, we are still in it. But we'll see. Turn Timber Symbiosis. And 5 mana left. And they make our creatures fight. I mean, we still have infinite mana with Squee, so that was just the alternate version. And we just get to untap and win. We were also getting infinite essentially mana bolts in that process. We would need 8 with that guy. And we get these 2 guys. And that's enough. Yep, GG's. A little heavy on the click, but otherwise we would have won 1 turn earlier. GG's. And Swift Savior. Okay, this hand is... It's okay. We can do better, but we can also do worse. Stern Scolding on Incubation Druid. They remand Grand Abolisher. Play it. And I guess we exile Ankh. Or maybe we wait. They send Rip on the Abolisher. Earth Nomad Legacy. Let's go X2 here, I think. Exile Sailor from above. Journey to Nowhere. I guess they have a counterspell now. Do this x equals 3. Actually, let's do this x equals 2. They concede. Yeah, we do it x equals 2 to get the Evangelist. Because at least that way we can tap their lands, make sure they don't have anything to do. GG's though, we take it. That's secure. I guess this one will be... Depends on what we see with Invasion. But it should be fun, I guess. So what are you running, opponent? Tails and sure. I guess Toxic Deluge would end us here. We don't need to commit yet. Okay, that's it. Let's see if we have a way to find our food chain back. So it seems opponent is thinking really hard about which card to take, but in the end, it had to be food chain. They had reanimate, so I... Oh, right, it doesn't work like that. They need to pay the mana. Okay, so here we name Elf. Okay, let's... 1, 2. What can we get with Fauna Shaman? I think we might want to play Kiro first, if we draw a creature. That way we get a 2-for-1. And then goes for their commander. Right, that's a triggered ability, not an activated one. So I think... It's probably Guardian Evangel. The Lush Portico. Okay, that's a okay, it's snuff out. Yeah, they were expecting to mill to land, so get back snuff out. Not sure what should we get here. Guess we should have some sort of Eternal Witness effect. Yeah, definitely that one is on me. Okay, opponent didn't have the Wrath there, so yeah. We're gonna go ahead and add the Eternal Witness. And maybe one or other similar effect. So I did go ahead and add those. And I changed the ones that we already had for creatures that get more permanents back. Or cards in general. Okay, so opponent has Delighted Halfling. Authority of the Consuls. For Spike, little unfortunate. No more lies. Kind of getting on the mana. Full stream. Okay, remand. Are they gonna have another counter spell? Probably. Ooh, but no blue mana. Cut down. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Guess they are going to gain a lot of life here. And yeah, they see we have infinite mana. Even though they will get a bunch of life, we are going to build a board they cannot come back from. So, GG's. We have Ragavan, so might as well try this. Obviously, also the Squelcher is going to be maybe helpful against counter spells. Let's start squelching. Opponent ponders, they can take one and give the other to Ragavan. But maybe they don't see anything they like, so instead they are going to shuffle. We'll see. Okay, they kept. And they remove Ragavan. Let's get the monkey back on board. An opponent is just taking a bunch of damage from their spells. Protein, so they are just cantrip central, apparently. Let's see if we can get something good here. I would say what is a big threat here? Bright Glass Gear Hulk. And they put Greaves on O'Harris. I guess we take Kasim Rip and Kami. And yeah, because of First Strike, they might want to think about their attacks. Oh, I guess Pyrogov helps them. Well, Pierce. Unfortunate. Yeah, as long as they are not casting stuff from anywhere other than their hand, we are in an okay shape. Not great, but not bad also. Here I think we have to... or do we go for the cleric? Yeah, we go for food chain. We might jump block with the mystic. Seems like they have dig through time, maybe treasure cruise. Actually, I just realized they might have the win here. They just need to Field of Ruin to make us shuffle. Didn't see that one. Okay, they let us on tap. Do they have a counter spell? Yeah, they do. GG's. Actually, oh, maybe I should have attacked with everyone. Yep, that was my bad. And let's see if an early Ragavan is what the doctor ordered. Nice, says opponent. Tres down. Play the Cub and I think the Astronomer as well. Station 4. Now we have Cabaretti full station, we have Ashaya thanks to the Cub. Everything is a land. So we should attack. Disallow. Okay, that's goodbye Ragavan. But we can still get Hulk here. I think they might have Flare of the Nile. Yeah, makes sense. Although they wasted their spell there. Brainstorm. Yeah, because they didn't get any experience, so that did nothing. Good game, says opponent. Yep, we had 11, 14. If we play another creature, that's a land. That is lethal. GG's. I guess we might be slightly unfavored on this one because they will ramp, and if they have something big, they beat us. Or if they don't, we might get it. We'll find out, I guess. I suppose. Opponent says nice. They know we are going to do some unfair stuff. And I guess copying food chain is not a bad place to be. But for sure they might run us over. Ooh, they are elves. So they will get even more here. If we play you, this costs 6. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. I'm afraid we need to run it out. No, wait, that doesn't... No, it does. It works out. The opponent has what? 10? 10 plus mana? Back in the woods. Okay, 8 more. Alright. Yep. GG's. Yeah, they destroyed the food chain, so... More can't. Another elf's decks. Elf's deck. Because we will find out soon enough. Herald's Horn. Yeah, let's jump that up. Nice, his opponent. Ooh, and this is all on the field, so it counts our changeling as well. No attacks, and in response to the first elf they cast, we exile Morkant. Mask Vandal, but it cannot get anything. Actually, maybe we needed to get land there. Unclear. Oh. Okay. Too bad. Yeah, GG's. That's a sorcery, so I needed to exile it in response again. My bad. And that's gonna be it for today. And I will admit the biggest downside of this deck is that it takes way too much time to click through all the infinite mana, but if you do play it in paper, it's going to be much easier. You just say you have your infinite mana with Squee and Food Chain. But if you're on Arena, you either need to be one of the fastest clickers or probably avoid Sigarda Evangel because it takes a lot more clicking than Squee. So try to go for Squee. And also I added a couple of the incarnations here instead of the Ashaya and Haru loop thing. They are not just, they are just not that powerful, I would say, and also the fact that it's even more clicks than just the Evangel. Yeah, definitely don't try to go for that one. I mean, you can go for it on paper, but here on Arena, just avoid it like the plague. Anyways, thank you for watching, I'm DG Hermit, and I will see you on the next one. Bye bye.